without his medicine. But now the time had come. His blood still moved too slowly, oozing through his arteries like strawberry jam. He fought and simultaneously fought to hide his struggle. Focus! And he started. So slowly it was like walking through paste, trudging back to the courtroom. The trial had lasted for 21 days, had dominated the papers and the television newscasts. The cameras had ambushed him morning and night, hitting him in the face with their intolerable lights, the cameramen scuttling backward as they transferred him in chains between the jail and the courtroom. The courtroom was done in blonde laminated wood, with the elevated judge's bench at the head of the room, the jury box to the right, tables for the prosecution and defense in front of the judge. Behind the tables, a long rail divided the room in two. 40 uncomfortable spectators' chairs were screwed to the floor behind the rail. The chairs were occupied an hour before arguments began, half of them allotted to the press, the other half given out on a first-come basis. All during the trial, he could hear his name passing through the ranks of spectators. Bekker! 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 The jury filed out. None of them looked at him. They'd be secluded, his peers, and after chatting for a decent interval, they'd come back and report him guilty of multiple counts of first-degree murder. The verdict was inevitable. When it was in, the crow would put him away. The black asshole in the next cell had said it in his phony street dialect. "They gonna slam your nasty ass into Oak Park, my man. You live in a motherfucking cage the size of a motherfucking refrigerator with a TV watching you every move. You want to take a shit? They watching every move. They making movies of it. Nobody ever get out of Oak Park. It is a true motherfucker." But Bekker wasn't going. The thought set him off again, and he shook, fought to control it. Focus! He focused on the small parts. The gym shorts biting into the flesh at his waist, the razor head pressed against the back of his balls, the socks cap obtained in a trade for cigarettes tucked under his belt, his feet sweating in the ridiculous running shoes. Running shoes and white socks with his doctor's pinstripes. He looked a fool, and he knew it. Hated it. Only a moron would wear white socks with pinstripes, but white socks and running shoes. No. People would be laughing at him. He could have worn his wingtips one last time. A man is innocent until proven guilty. But he refused. They didn't understand that. They thought it was another eccentricity, the plastic shoes with the $700 suit. They didn't know. Focus! Everyone was standing now, the crow suit staring, the attorney pulling at his sleeve. And here was Raymond Shalty. "On your feet," Shalty said sharply, leaning over him. Shalty was a sheriff's deputy, an overweight time server in an ill-fitting gray uniform. "How long?" Bekker asked the attorney, looking up, struggling to get the words out, his tongue thick in his mouth. "Shh!" The judge was talking, looking at them. "Standing by, and if you leave your numbers with my office, we'll get in touch as soon as we get word from the jury." The attorney nodded, looking straight ahead. He wouldn't meet Bekker's eyes. Bekker had no chance. In his heart, the attorney didn't want him to have a chance. Bekker was nuts. Bekker needed prison. Prison forever.